वरिष्ठाय रामकृष्णाय ते नमः. Namaskar to all of you. Welcome to the study of Devi Mahatmyam or Durga Saptashati or Chandi. We will first chant the meditation verse Mahakali Dhyanam and then go into the study of the chanting of the first chapter and also the meaning of those verses. Om Khadgam Chakragadeshu Chapaparighan Khadgam Chakragadeshu Chapaparighan Shulam Bhushundim Shiraha Shulam Bhushundim Shiraha Shankham Sandhadatim Karaistrinayanam Shankham Sandhadatim Karaistrinayanam Sarvanga Bhushavritam Sarvanga Bhushavritam Yam Hantum Madhukaitavau Jalajapustustava Supteharo Yam Hantum Madhukaitavau Jalajapustustava Supteharo Nilashmadhyutimasya Padadashakam Nilashmadhyutimasya Padadashakam Seve Mahakalikam Seve Mahakalikam. We will learn to chant the 32nd verse up to 38th verse. Kimetannabhijanami janannapi mahamate. Om Kimetannabhijanami Kimetannabhijanami janannapi mahamate janannapi mahamate yat prema pravanam chittam yat prema pravanam chittam viguneshvapi bandhushu viguneshvapi bandhushu tesham krite me nishvaso tesham krite me nishvaso daurmanasyancha jayate daurmanasyancha jayate karomi kim yanna manasteshvap प्रीतिषु निष्ठुरम् करोमि किं यन्न मनस्तेष्वप्रीतिषु निष्ठुरम् मार्कण्डेय उवाच मार्कण्डेय उवाच ततस्थौ सहितौ विप्रा ततस्थौ सहितौ विप्रा तं मुनिं समुपस्थितौ तं मुनिं समुपस्थितौ समाधिर्नाम वैश्योऽसौ समाधिर्नाम वैश्योऽसौ स च पार्थिवसत्तमः स च पार्थिवसत्तमः कृत्वा तु तौ यथा न्यायम् कृत्वा तु तौ यथा न्यायम् यथार्हं तेन संविदम् यथार्हं तेन संविदम् उपविष्टौ कथाः काश्चित् उपविष्टौ कथाः काश्चित् चक्रुतुर्वैश्यपार्थिवौ चक्रुतुर्वैश्यपार्थिवौ किमेतन् नाभिजानामि जानन्नपि महामते यत् प्रेम प्रवणं चित्तं विगुणेष्वपि बन्धुषु. Now, the king Surata had asked a question to this merchant Vaishya Samadhi. What did he ask? The king said, "O merchant, O Vaishya, why is your mind affectionately attached to these covetous folk, your own sons, your wives, and others who have deceived you, deprived you of your wealth?" Now, to this question, the merchant Samadhi is answering, "This very thought has occurred to me, just as you have uttered it. Now, what can I do? I am helpless. My mind does not become hard on those people who have deceived me, who have troubled me. It bears deep affection to those very people or persons who have driven me out of the house in their greed for wealth, money, and position, abandoning love for a father. The children have abandoned their respect and love for the father and attachment to one's master and also kinsman. I cannot comprehend this. Why is it happening? Although I know it. Kimetan nabijanami janannapi. Even though I know it, Mahamate, O king, I can't understand, although I can comprehend it. O noble-hearted king, how is it that my mind is prone to love even towards worthless kinsmen, my own children, my own wives who have deceived me? On account of them, I heave heavy sighs with sorrow and I feel dejected. In spite of that, I don't know, I am still attached to them. What can I do since my mind does not become hard towards them, those unloving ones?" That is the conversation, the answer, whatever we now learnt in the 32nd, 33rd, 34th, we learned these things. Now, the next thing is Markandeya Uvacha. Now, the conversation shifts to the Rishi who has written this Markandeya Purana, and the Markandeya Rishi comes to the scenario. Now, all that earlier verses were conversation between the king and the merchant, Vaishya, Samadhi and Surata. Now, suddenly we see Markandeya is uttering to his disciple, Krasustuki Bhaguri. Now, Markandeya is telling his disciple, Tatastau Sahitau Vipra. So he is addressing his disciple, Krasustuki Bhaguri, O Vipra, O Brahmana, Tam Munim Samupastito. Tatastau Sahitau Vipra Tam Munim Samupastito. Samadhir Nama Vaishyosau Sacha Parthiva Sattamaha. Now, Markandeya is telling to his disciple, O Brahmana, the merchant Samadhi and the noble king together now approached, because both of them were confused. Raja himself, the king himself, is having attachment to his paraphernalia, to his elephant, to his kingdom, to his treasury, to his servants, though they had deceived him, troubled him. Even in spite of that, his mind is going there. He is also seeing the merchant is in still worse condition than him. His own kinsmen, his own wives, his own children have deceived him. In spite of that, his mind is attached to them. So getting confused, both of them are confused. Why is this happening? So when you are confused, you are depressed, you are dejected, what is the goal? What is to be done? So now you have to approach the Guru who is more knowledgeable, who knows more things. That's why Markandeya is telling both of them, the merchant Samadhi and the noble king, that is Surata, they together approached the sage Medhas. And after observing the etiquette worthy of him, and as was proper, they sat down and conversed with him on that same topic. Now we shall go to the word to word meaning of that what we have now chanted and get a better meaning of that verse. Because now I gave you the general meaning. Now we shall go to the literal or the word to word meaning, so that we can go deeper into those words and the verses. Kimetan nabhijanami janannapi mahamate yat prema pravanam chittam vigunaishvapi bandhushu. Now, mahamate, O intelligent one, janannapi, in spite of knowing, vigunaishvapi bandhushu, about the bad nature of my own relatives, yat chittam, my mind, that the same mind, prema pravanam, inclined to love them. Kimetan nabhijanami, why is this like, why is it like that? I do not understand. That is the word to word meaning of this verse. O intelligent one, that is the king, I am aware of the unkindness of my relatives, yet the same mind, that is my mind, is prone to being fond of them. Why is that way? I do not understand. Tesham krute me nishvaso dhaurmanasya cha jayate karomi kim yanna manasteshvapi pritishu nishturam. Tesham krute, due to them, that is my relatives, my own kinsmen, nishvaso dhaurmanasya cha, I am having sigh of pain and sorrow. May jayate are happening to me. I'm sighing with pain, I'm grieving. Apritishuteshu, to those dislikable ones. Yat manaha, the mind of mine, nishturam na, is not at all cruel to them. Rather than being cruel or hard on them, still I'm having that fondness, attachment to them. Kim karomi, what should I do? What shall I do? I can't understand. I'm helpless. I'm overcome with sorrow and sighs for them. This mind of mine does not feel brutish towards those displeasing relatives. What should I do now? What shall I do? I can't understand. Markandeya Uvacha, Markandeya said, Tatastau Sahitau Vipra Tam Munim Samupastitau. Vipra, oh Vipra Bhaguri, Krasustiki Bhaguri, that is the disciple of Markandeya. He is addressing him and telling, Tataha Asau Vaishya Samadhi Nama. Then this Vaishya merchant by name Samadhi, Saha Parthiva Sattamaha Cha, and the best of the king, that is Surata, Tau Sahito, both together, Tam Munim Upasthithau, both of them approached the great Rishi Sumedhas, O Vipra. Then the Vaishya named Samadhi and the noble among the kings, Surata, together approached the Rishi. Krutvatu tau yathanyayam yatarham tena samvidam. Upavishtau kataha kaschit Vaishya Parthivau. Now, Upavishtau sat near Kaschit Chakratuhu. So, this Vaishya Parthivau Tau, both the Vaishya and the king, Yatanyayam Yatarham, as per the scriptures. So, and the protocol, they did all the respect to the Guru, to Sumedhas. Before going to him, they approached him. And whatever the scriptures tell, how to respect the teacher and what is to be done, that protocol, after all, finishing that protocol, Tena Samvidam Krutva, having covered the preliminaries, Upavishtau sat near. Then and conducted a round of talk. The Vaishya and the king, having covered the preliminaries according to the scriptural etiquette, sat down for rounds of talk. They started conversing with the Rishi. These are the things which we learn today, chanting and the meaning. Now we shall enter into the deeper aspect of this verse, these verses, so that we can connect it to our life. In the conversation in the last class, now we read for a living being, for a jiva, that is all of us, the necessary precondition for evolution, that is going up in life, to grade or go to the upper level of evolution, rung of ladder, what is necessary precondition for this evolution is suffering. Why? Because we are attached to the lower rung of the ladder of evolution. We don't want to give it up. So then the nature, Mother Nature, has to tear our attachment to that lower level and raise us to the next level. So at that time, it will be a little painful. So the precondition for evolution, for growing, is suffering. See? Now you see the seed. When the seed has to sprout and grow, what happens? It has to be put into the soil, and the soil, there are cotyledons in the seed. It has to break, and then it has to sprout, and the tree has to grow. So the seed has to break. So it will kill the seed and it sprouts. So the necessary condition of evolution, growth, is suffering. So the precondition for evolution is suffering. When suffering comes, man So why is it the suffering is necessary for us to grow in spiritual life or whatever life? When suffering comes, human beings struggle and strives with all his strength and capacity to go beyond or escape. So then begins evolution. When happiness comes, man never likes to move or change. And there is bound to be stagnation. When we get happiness, we don't want to give it up. We want to be there itself. We don't want to move. We don't want to develop. So we get stagnated. Now the same thing had happened to the souls of Surata and Samadhi. Now they were ready for such a transformation. Out of the blue came blessings in the disguise of calamities. Just like I had given you the example in the last session too. We are in the 7th or 8th grade. We are very happy with our friends and teachers. Now comes the calamity in the form of examination. So when the examination comes, you will have to read, you have to give up everything. It is painful, you see. You have to give up your sleep, you have to give up your TV, you have to give up all other activities, sports, games, entertainment, going to movie, going to the market, everything. See, it is painful. So when the examination comes, it is so painful. So why is it? Because you are attached to that grade only. Then why is this condition with this suffering, this examination or the test comes? So that you can go to the next grade. See, many times in the quiz, they ask, what is that? In the question to the children, we used to ask, what is the nation that is hated by students? The answer is examination. What is the nation hated by students? See, it is examination. See, it is troublesome. Why? It is suffering. Why? We all have to give up all the other activities which we are very happy with. So why does it come? So that it can push you to the next grade. So that's why the suffering, the soul, Surata and Samadhi were ready for such a transformation. Out of the blue came blessings in the disguise of calamities. Nature too, Mother Nature brings such situations in accordance with the law of karma. As I told you earlier, our own bad karmas will be bought. Nobody can be punished for nothing. Nobody can trouble you. Nobody can punish you. Even God cannot punish you. Then why are we suffering? It is our own karmas that will be bought by nature, the bad karmas which we have performed. So we want to just enjoy our good karmas and to be happy. But what about our bad karmas? It also will be bought during this time for the sake of your evolution, and it will be used for you to grow. So very nicely, your own bad karmas will be used for your growth. Isn't it so wonderful? As I had told you, one of our scientists in ISRO, that is the Space Research Organization in India, when I asked him, how could our scientist send the satellites to the orbit or the other rover or something to the moon? How could they do that with such low cost? The countries like America, their NASA and the French thing and the Chinese, their cost is exorbitant. But our moon mission was sent with just the budget of one Hollywood movie. Is it not surprising? How could they do? I asked the scientists who were known to me. So what did the scientists tell Swamiji? Our scientists are very intelligent and also they don't waste money. They have that saving factor in them. They don't waste anything. So how are they using? The earth rotation, earth is rotating at a very heavy speed at the circumference. And there is not only rotation, there is also revolution. So at the circumference, the speed is something like 1,200 or 300 kilometers per hour. Can you imagine what is the speed of the earth it is rotating? You are all sitting on the earth Is your head reeling? No. Why? Because there is gravity. So we do not feel it. Earth is rotating and revolving at a very high speed. If there would be no gravity, all of us would have been thrown out to the space. Why are we not? Because of the gravity. We do not understand. So now our Indian space research scientists would now launch that rocket from a place and time in such a way that the rotation and revolution of the earth is used to launch that out. Likewise, here Mother Nature will use our own bad karmas, which may come in very different way. It will be used to help us at that time for our own evolution. Can you see? Because many people here in South Africa I've seen, they keep the name of one famous planet. What is that? Shanaishchara or Shani Mahatma. Even ladies also have the name Shanitama, Shani, all that thing, they keep that name. So that is called Shani Mahatma or Shanishchara. So that planet, have you seen that God, the image, in his hand, the weapon, every god and goddess have a weapon. What is the weapon of Shani, the planet Shani? Can anybody imagine what is the weapon of that god? It is broom. Broom. And what is the mount? Like say we are going to celebrate tomorrow Ganesha birthday, Chaturthi, Vinayaka Chaturthi. So what is his mount? Rat. Saraswati's Hamsa, swan. Then Vishnu, Garuda, the, what is that called, eagle or the big kite, Garuda. Then what about Lord Shiva? Nandi, bull. Do you know what is the Vahana or the mount of Shani? It is crow. C-R-O-W, crow. You don't find much crows here in South Africa or Durban. That's why you don't know what is the use of that. In India, we have a lot of crows. Why? In the village or in the town, the people put all the garbage in the dirt and throw out the food and everything dirt. It is the crow which cleans the village. It will remove everything. It will not allow the village or the town to be dirty. It will clean all the food material, everything thrown out. Then what is the broom doing? It will sweep the house, clean the house. So now, what is Shani Mahatma indicating with the broom in one hand as the weapon and the crow as the mount? See, as I told you many times earlier, our gods and goddesses, why do they have so many hands? The permutation of so many weapons and other things in their hands. Everything represents the qualities which they show to us, the ideal which they represent to us. So now, Shani Mahatma or Shanaishchara, with that weapon as the broom is showing, I am going to clean your internal house with the broom. And with the crow as the mount, I am going to clean the external surrounding of your house. What is that? How is that? We as a personality, the internal mind cleansing through the broom, and the other external cleansing is through the crow. So now he is showing that all our karmas which have performed, it will be there. Without experiencing that, we can't go forward, we will be stuck up. So Shanaishchara, he will bring all those bad karmas at that time and allow us to suffer, undergo that purgation. So that's why he's cleansing our internal mind, our samskaras, our subtle body, and making us light. The karmas, the bad karmas, like our burden, which is pushing us down. So when all that is purgated, cleansed, we become light and ready to go forward. That's why you can see here Mother Nature will bring the difficulties, the bad karmas which we have performed, and turn our minds to higher level. Now that is happening. That's now you can understand why we get difficulties in our life, sufferings in our life. It is not God punishing you. God will never punish anybody. It is our karmas which are punishing us or bringing us suffering. So, but very nicely, the Lord will use it for our evolution. Now you can see nature too brings such situation in accordance with the law of karma, and they had their past karmas. What is that? Surata and Samadhi coming to fruition. That would bring pain. Nature has not only given painful situation, but brought them to the doors of an able, wise Guru. Not only the nature or God has given their own karmas in the form of suffering and pain, but also the Lord will not give so much of pain that we will crumble and get destroyed, but He will also bring the help to us in the form of Guru. I had given you the example earlier. What is that? I think many classes back I had given that example of the animal, the famous animal in African continent. What is that? Giraffe. So when the baby giraffe is born, the mother is so tall, it will fall down. The baby giraffe, when it is birth, see, you human beings have so much of what you call pediatricians, neonatologists, and ICU and all that thing, protection is given, sanitized incubation and all the things are there. What is there for the animals? Just it falls down to the ground. No bacteria, sanitation or spirit or something. Everything, the placenta will fall down and the smell, the thing may go to the carnivorous animals like hyenas and lions. They may start coming, the jaguars, and they may kill that baby. So now the mother, it's the duty of the mother to make this giraffe stand up. If it is sleeping, it is a not sleeping giraffe, but a sitting duck. In English, they tell sitting duck. So it is sleeping giraffe is very easy for these canines or these animals to eat them off. So what the mother does is, it will kick the baby with its leg. One kick from giraffe, please go and try anytime to giraffe and see what one kick will get multiple fractures. It can even kill the prey, like lions also can be killed or maimed by that kick of the giraffe, or any animals can be killed with that kick of the giraffe. So now the mother giraffe will kick this just born baby. Why? The moment it gets the kick, it will try to wriggle and stand up. It will fall down again. Again the mother kicks, again it falls down, stands up, and finally it stands up within, I might say, just born baby, within 3 or 4 hours it will stand up and starts running or walking. And nature has provided all these things. So now the kicking of the mother to that just born baby, is it cruelty? No. Otherwise that baby will be killed. Likewise in our life too, the sufferings and the pain are essential for our growth. That's why Mother Nature will bring at the proper time so that we can go forward in your spiritual life. And now, not only the sufferings will be given, but the Lord will bring us the help. So now, the door was open. Nature has not only given painful situation, but brought these two people who are facing the difficulty to the door of an able, wise Guru. Conversion to spiritual life and internal transformation, to sincerely strive for eternal, happen when one gets an able guide. That's the Guru. Look at the Guru. What kind of a Guru is there to these two people now whom they approach? See, everything, the name has some special meaning. You see the name of that merchant, it is Samadhi. What is the name of the king? Suratha. We will take up that later. Now because the name of the Guru has come here, we will see what is the meaning of that Sumedha. They have come to the Guru, his name is Sumedha. As his name suggests, he is Sumedha. What is the meaning of Medha? Medhas or Medha is the power to penetrate into any secret or mystery and unravel the truth behind. When we conserve all our energies and practice brahmacharya, we get this medhanadi, the special intelligence. It is not the ordinary intellect or ordinary memory. It's a very special kind of memory or intellect, the power to, which has the power to penetrate into any secret or mystery and unravel the truth behind. That is medhas. That is what, when you are doing the Gayatri mantra, you are praying to God. What is that? Dhiyo yo naha prachodayat. So that dhi means that medha. O Lord, inspire my intellect to have the right understanding. Dhiyo yo naha prachodayat. That is medha, to give us medha. So now, what is that medha? It can penetrate into any secret or mystery and unravel the truth behind. Medha is again the power of comprehension. See that another meaning for medha is, it is again the power of comprehension. Then power of retention. What is that? Super memory. And a power of application in right time. That is very, very important. Common sense. Very, very intelligent people, people are there, very, very intelligent. Now, in India, we have a joke. What is that? A vegetable vendor, old lady, was sitting, uneducated vegetable vendor. She doesn't know algebra, arithmetic, but she can correctly calculate the rate even to the cents or paisa and give the correct change to the customer, though she is uneducated. Now, one person came, a great highly educated person came, and he took the vegetables and he was about to put them into his bag and go back to his house. That old lady, uneducated lady, could see that, and she told, "Sir, are you a professor, sir?" So if there are any professors, please don't take it, it is just a joke. "Are you a professor, sir?" "Yes, I am a professor." "How did you know?" "The moment you put the tomato below and the pumpkin above, I could know you were the professor." In the bag, you put the tomatoes below, the ripened tomatoes below, and the pumpkin above, then itself I could comprehend that you were a professor, sir. That means we have a lot of intelligence, but lack common sense. So that is also very, very important. So what is dhi or medha? Swami Yatishwaranandaji Maharaj, the guru of most revered Gautamanandaji Maharaj, used to tell what is this dhi or what is medha. So very nicely with one sentence used to tell, to do the right thing at the right time. To do the right thing at the right time. What do? We do the right thing at the wrong time. We do the wrong thing at the right time. We never do the right thing at the right time. That's why we are all in problem. So this medha, this superior intelligence, when we get that, when we pray in the Gayatri mantra to the Savitru, to God, to give that dhi, when your dhi is opened up, so when you are inspired, what will happen? You will do the right thing at the right time. So you see, here it is told, what is the meaning of that medha? Another meaning, the power of application in right time. They tell common sense is the most uncommon thing on this earth. Common sense is the most uncommon thing in this earth. So, to do the right thing at the right time, in right situation and in the right place. Medha is also the capability to present things in proper way to make understand a thing. Medha is wisdom to manage any situation of life. It is unique capacity to gain and to give, learn and teach, help and train people in a particular field. If this medha is used in a constructive way for good of an individual or a society or the world or humanity, it is called sumedha. Su means good. Sumedha. See, now the name of the Guru is Sumedha. So now you came to know. See, every name has something speciality. Now we have come to know what is this Sumedha, the Guru. Otherwise, if you use this same intellect, if it is used for destructive purposes, you can see all the best of the scientists, what are they working day and night to produce? Atomic bombs, nuclear bombs, how to kill people, and how to generate. What did they do? COVID-19, who did it? The scientists in some country. They discovered so much of hard work they did. They took out the virus from the bats and spread it to the human beings. Why? To do money. This is durmedha. The intelligence is used in the bad way, but the Guru uses it for the right purpose. So that is called, when you use this wonderful power, intelligence, for destructive purposes to harm others, it is called durmedha. When it is used for good purposes, it is called sumedha. Right living, when we start living in the right way, right living brings the living being Jiva in contact with the right Guru Sumedha. The Sumedha, whose part is to awaken the soul from ordinary worldly awareness to a higher spiritual awareness. We need to find spiritual solutions even for secular problems. For that alone can really solve all our problems and release us from karmic bondage. This is the ancient Hindu method. We see the sages, the rishis, leading them to the divine. Sri Ramakrishna in this age has revived this again to solve all human problems by presenting divinity of man and one spiritual existence in which all differences will get dissolved. So only by realizing your higher nature, you can resolve all the problems of your life. I gave the example too in one of the Upanishad, the beginning, the disciple will ask the Guru the question, Kasmin bhagavo vignatum sarvam idam vignatum bhavati. O Guru, please tell me or teach me that by knowing which I can know everything. I don't want to know smaller things little by little by. One, if I know that one, I can know everything in this world. Please teach me that. That is your spiritual awareness, your true nature. You have to know your true nature. So when you raise yourself to that spiritual level, then you will see that all the other problems will be so nicely dissolved and you will overgrow all the problem. Now, look at the two individuals who approach the Guru. What is the meaning of their name? One is a king by name Suratha and another is the merchant Samadhi. What is Suratha? Su means good. Ratha means chariot. Good vehicle. That is the meaning. Suratha. The king's name is Suratha. See, name is very special, indicative. And Samadhi, the merchant. There are two types of people in the world, a giver and receiver. They possess diverging and converging consciousness. Giver always wishes to spread himself to pervade all that exists, but the receiver wishes to drag all that exists into himself. King is always a giver and merchant is always a receiver, is always focusing on profit, receiving. King will be always focusing on how can I help my subjects, how can I rule the kingdom in a better way, giving. So if you observe the deeper layer of their being, at radical level, you find two basic human tendencies of oneself being an extrovert and another being an introvert. King is basically extrovert, externalized extrovert nature, moves towards loving service. Internalized extrovert nature, give away nature, makes man see divine within, divine outside, and divine in all beings, and endlessly serve all beings, seeing God in them. But now the merchant, the king is like that. The merchant is introvert, externalized introvert nature, drag in nature, turns out to be business for gain. Internalized introvert nature leads to superconscious states that reveal higher realities and ultimately to self-realization and God realization. The path to perfection of each soul is expansion of its intrinsic nature of oneself being an introvert or an extrovert. Thus, we find in the end of this same Durga Saptashati or the Devi Mahatmyam 13th chapter, what is the Divine Mother blessing when these two people pray to the Divine Mother, the guidance of the Guru Sumedha, the Divine Mother is pleased. And what did she bless them? It comes in the 13th chapter, end of the 13th chapter. The Divine Mother blesses the king who is an extrovert to rule the universe, being a Manu for the largest span of time, Kalpa, being himself able to see divine in every subject or being, living being, and serve one and all with love, concern, and dedication. And on the contrary, what did she give this Samadhi, the Vaishya? The Divine Mother, it is the intrinsic extrovert now that was given to the king. Now, what did the Divine Mother bless this person, Samadhi? The introvert nature turned inward. Now, he got the realization, mukti, and became one with the bliss, peace, love, absolute. Now, with little time left, we will see what is this Guru, what is the role of the Guru. Who is the best teacher according to Swami Vivekananda? Vivekananda tells, the true teacher is one who can throw his whole force into the tendency of the taught. Without real sympathy, we can never teach well. Now again, about the teacher, whom that is a Guru, the Lord will now push us when we are ready to receive the knowledge to the Guru. Who is the real teacher according to Vivekananda? Who is the best teacher according to Vivekananda? The only teacher is he who can immediately come down to the level of the student and transfer his soul, Atman, to the student's soul and see through the student's eyes and hear through his ears and understand through his mind. Such a teacher can really teach and none else. So, such a teacher is the real teacher, says Swami Vivekananda. Now, these two people have got Sumedha as their teacher. Now, I think yesterday in India, they celebrated one special day, just like you celebrate your Mother's Day, Father's Day. In India, yesterday was Teacher's Day. That was the birthday of one great teacher who also became the President of India, the second president, that is Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan. He tells about the teacher. His birthday is celebrated as Teacher's Day, and that person, Radhakrishnan, is telling about teacher, is telling true teacher are those who help us think for ourselves. So now they have come to the right Guru, and the Guru will open up the possibilities and help them to go forward in their spiritual life. Now you should see in our spiritual life or any path, why the place of Guru is considered so high. What is the speciality? What does he do? Now in our scriptures it is told, the Guru who gives us the mantra or the mantra diksha is not only greater than, see we call them Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Now he is even greater than our father and mother, our kith and kin, everybody. The Guru is greater. Not only that, our scriptures tell he is Brahma, the creator. Guru Brahma, Guruhu Brahma, Guruhu Vishnu. Guru himself is Vishnu, the preserver. Guru Devo Maheshwaraha. Guru himself is the Maheshwara, the Lord of this universe. Guruhu Sakshat Param Brahma, the highest, the biggest Godhead, Parabrahma, the formless, is Guru. It's telling, the Guru Stotra is telling us. So why such a high place is given to the Guru? Now, in the ordinary sense, we all think that a teacher is lesser than father and mother. But here in our scriptures it is told, the place of the Guru who gives us mantra diksha or spiritual initiation, who gives us the spiritual knowledge, is greater than father and mother, is greater than everybody. How is that? Now, I will tell you one example. What is that? Is it like this? They are greater like this? I have also given that example many times. I will give you again. What is that? Classroom. New teacher has come. About 60 students are there. It's a primary school. Young students are there. This new teacher wanted to test the students. Now he asked the question, my dear children, can you please tell who is greater, mother or teacher? Now one of the student, a girl, stood up and told, sir, teacher is greater. How is that? Can you explain with context? Then that child told, the girl told, see, sir, in my house, my mother, other than me, there are 3 children. One is a toddler, small one. To put him into the cradle, rocking him and singing the lullaby, and she feels so difficult. She will take at least 1 hour to put that baby to the sleep. Then the next elder baby is a little bigger, maybe 2-3 years, and to put him to sleep on the bed, she takes at least half an hour. Then the next child too, she takes another half an hour. So most of her time in the house, she spends in putting these children to sleep, and that too, it is so difficult, she can't do that. But you, sir, the moment you start the class, all the 60 children go to sleep. So, sir, you are greater than my mother. So, the teacher or the Guru is not greater because of this. But why is he greater? I will go to tell you. Swami Vivekananda tells in charity. What is charity? Giving some help to others by which it will remove the bondage of that person is called charity. Now, what is the, see, we all think, yes, annadana, giving food, is very high. It is so much glorified in Indian values. But here our scriptures tell it is at the lowest, though it is very great, it is at the lowest rung of the ladder. Why? Because the bondage of hunger can be satiated or fulfilled only for 3 hours or 4 hours. If you give food to somebody and he eats, and after that 3 or 4 hours or 5 hours, he feels hunger again. The bondage of hunger comes back. So you can satiate the bondage of hunger only for 4 hours or 5 hours if you give food, annadana. Okay, what is then higher than that? Higher than annadana is vastradana. What is vastra? Cloth. So people have to, for the sake of modesty, the bondage of that covering or helping the modesty, you cover your body. We can't live like animals. So we have to cover our body. So giving them cloth, giving them sweater to protect your this thing, the topi or the hat or something, all these things are vastradana, clothing. So if you give cloth to vastradana to anybody, the poor people, you can remove the bondage of that covering of the modesty for 6 months, 1 year. So the next year or after 6 months again, you have to give the cloth to them. That is gone. That will be worn out, torn or something. So that is little higher. It can go on, the bondage can be removed for more time, 6 months, 1 year. Higher than Vastradana is Pranadana. What is Pranadana? If we fall sick, if we have some disabilities, so if you serve them, give them medicines, treat them through diet and service, then they can be brought back to health so that they can stand on their own feet, work hard and earn money. By that money, they can earn their own food, they can earn their own clothing. So, Pranadana, giving them health, saving their life by medicine and serving and diet is Pranadana, is higher. So, more bondage is removed. Higher than this Pranadana is, what is that? So, if you are helping the patients, if you are giving them tablets, it's very high. So, higher than that is Vidyadana, education, giving them education. What kind of education? Bread-winning education. You get all that. You have studied the degree, master degree, went to the primary school. So all that is called bread-winning. Why do you do that? To earn money. And by earning money, what are you going to get? You can get food, you can get clothing, you can get medicines and everything. Not only that, you can look after so many people other than, you can give charity to other people too. So if you have education, the bondage of all the bondages of this life can be removed in this life. So your parents or anybody can give all these charity. What is that? Annadana, food, then Vastradana, clothing, and Pranadana, that is the life-saving medicines and other things. If you are educated, you can earn, you can work hard and get all those things. Now, in this life, all the bondages are removed by education. So it's very high. So giving education to people is the highest form of charity. Okay, parents can give all these three. Everybody can give. Anybody else can also give all these three. But higher than these is Paravidya, spiritual education, spiritual knowledge. Why? How is it greater than this? Because when you give the spiritual education, not only the bondage of this life can be broken and it can help you to overcome all the bondages in this life, but also in the lives to come after death. When we go to the different lokas everywhere, even after that, in any loka, all your bondages can be removed by spiritual knowledge. That's why spiritual knowledge, Paravidya, education, is the highest. Higher than this Aparavidya, breadwinning education. Now, Guru alone can give this. Nobody can give you this. And not only that, other than why is Guru higher than father and mother? He not only gives you that spiritual knowledge which he has earned with great tapasya, great difficult practices, spiritual practices, he gives it freely. See, the father and mother may have little selfishness because they give all these charities or good things only to their children. They will not do that to others. But the Guru, whether his disciple, maybe his relative or may not be his relative, maybe of the same color, creed or caste or anything, he doesn't see educated, uneducated man or woman, he just freely, without any charge or without any selfishness, he gives that knowledge, spiritual knowledge, to anybody who comes. So that's why his place is higher. No selfishness at all, higher than parents. Now, anything more than that, so that we can really understand what is the position of the Guru. Now, have you heard of the story of Valmiki in the Ramayana? Well, Valmiki was a highway robber and used to rob all the people and kill them and loot them. So once on that way, Narada Maharshi was coming, singing the glory of Narayana. Now at that time, because it was the forest where this Valmiki lived, so he went and caught hold of him and bound him to the tree, and he was about to rob him. What will Narada Maharshi have? Is he having? He's a brahmachari, he's the man of God. He doesn't have any valuables, only his tambura making that sound, ting ting sound, and one thala in his hand, and some hair locks. That's all, nothing else. What will he rob? So if you don't get, in South Africa also you see, if you don't have money, what will the thieves do? They will harm you. They may even kill you or they may hurt you. So like that, this Valmiki, or his earlier name was, when he was the thief, his name was Ratnakara. He got angry. He wanted to kill Narada Maharshi. Then Narada Maharshi told, you can kill me, but before killing me, can you answer my question? Yes, before killing, I am going to answer your question. Come on, ask me. What is that question? Now, why are you committing all these sinful activities of killing people and looting them? Because I want to earn more money, give that to my father, mother, wife and children. Okay, you know that, are you earning sins? Now, you are giving the loot, money and everything to your father, mother, wife and children. Now, you are earning so much of sins. Will your father, mother, wife and children also share the sins? They will share your loot. They will share all the wealth. Will they share your sins? Oh, they love me so much. Definitely they will do that. Can you go and find it out? Oh, you are trying to escape from me, is it? If I go there, you will run away here and escape. No, don't worry. You tie me nicely to this tree and you go and ask them and come back. Okay. He tied him nicely to the tree and went there. He went to the father and mother and asked, Father and mother, do you know how I am taking care of you, giving you all these things to you, money and everything? We do not know. I'm a highway robber, I'm murdering people, I'm looting all that thing and bringing you. Oh, what a sinful thing you are doing. Father, I'm doing, mother, I'm doing all these sinful activities. You are sharing all my loot. Will you also share my sins? No. Why should we? It's your bounden duty to look after the father and mother. So we will share, we will take all the things you bring, the money. Why we will not share your sins? Then he went to the wife whom he thought she loves him the most, and asked, will you share my sins? She told, no, why should I share your sins? I will share only your loot. I am not going to share your sins. The same thing with the children. Nobody were ready to take his sins. They were only ready to take the riches. Then his head got opened, his intellect got opened. He ran to the Guru, Narada Maharshi, and told, please protect me. You are my only savior. I have committed so much of sins. Nobody is ready to share my sins. They are only sharing my loot. Please help me. Then Narada Maharshi gave him the Rama mantra. And you know how he sat in meditation, and until he sat in one place and started chanting that Rama mantra so much for so many years, an anthill grew upon him. That's why he got the name Valmiki. In Sanskrit, Valmika means anthill. Because of that, so many years of tapasya, in one place, anthill grew upon him. So after Ratnakara became a great saint who wrote the Ramayana for us. So how did he? By the grace of the Guru. So the Guru took away his sins, which even the father, mother, wife, children were not ready to take. So while giving the mantra diksha, while giving his power, spiritual power to you, the Guru not only he transfers his spiritual power to you, he will also take a big share, a big chunk of your sins and make you light so that you can progress forward in spiritual life. So that is the place of the Guru. Now you can know how God, by bringing these two people who were suffering, to the house, to the ashrama of the Guru is helping them. That is Sumedha. So now we have learnt the position or the greatness of the Guru. In the next thing we will also study the further thing, what is our Durga Saptashti telling us. We'll get so many good things out of it. Now we will hear one of the stotra of the Divine Mother, which is given in the Durga Saptashti, which is sung by Brahma and other Devatas, the Creator himself, about the Divine Mother, Sarva Mangala Mangalye Shive Sarvartha Sadhike. So this is a very great Durga Saptashti Deva Mahatmyam is a very powerful stotra. So if you chant that, so many problems and all the other things can be solved. And they tell this Sarva Mangala Mangali, this only 4 or 3 stotras, if you chant, it is as good as chanting the whole of 700 verses. So with great devotion, let us hear the praise of the Divine Mother by our Brahma and other Devatas.
Yeah.